Reef DVM's coming at you here with an update on how our tank install is going, and really what we wanted to show you today was Generation 2 of the Ghost Overflow by Reef Savvy and Synergy Reef. This is a really cool system. As you can see, it's technically all wrapped up there in our tank, and then what's on top is the Generation 2. So we're in the process of getting our tank. We ordered it with Generation 1 Ghost Overflow on it. At the same time we got the tank, Generation 2 of the Ghost Overflow came out, and Synergy Reef was kind enough to swap us out. So right now I'm actually showing you both. Here is the one that was on the tank. This is the faceplate here in the front. That's the part that goes in the tank. That's my hand there. Look how small this is. This is fantastic. That's all the space it takes up inside your tank. That's why I really like this system. Not to mention its incredible water flow and its ease to clean the grate. It's literally on with just a couple of magnets. It has these very thin profile of about 1.5 inches here. Again, that's all it takes up inside the tank, which is fantastic. It's about maybe 5 3/4 deep down into the tank at 1.5 inches thick, like I said. And that's incredible. There just aren't many overflow boxes that small. It's 24 inches long, this one. I think it also comes in either a 16 or an 18 inch, which you're certainly welcome to check out Reef Savvy's website, and you can get all that dimension. Again, it's got a little magnet here on each end, and then inside the door it's got another little magnet. These magnets are awesome. They're really strong. They really click in well. We got 2 grates with ours, which allows us to take one grate off, clean it, and put the other one on, so we're right back to flow. It has 2 very large openings in the back. Now the glass would go in between these 2. I don't have the tank quite ready to plumb up yet, so I'm just gonna quick spin this on here so that I don't lose parts and pieces. But again, the 1/2 inch glass, or whatever glass you have, 3/4 or quarter, whatever you're using, would go right on in between the inside piece and the back piece, and this would just tighten in. One of the things I like about this is this can really be added to any tank. All you gotta do is get yourself a glass hole saw and go for it. 2 big circles and you're pretty much ready to install this, and you've got instant overflow system in your tank that doesn't take up much room. So the faceplate's on it there, magnetically on it, and then we'll switch to the back piece. This is the Generation 1 back piece. Ours came again with our bulkheads here on the inside. I've got to actually get these out and flipped around, but I wanted to show you what this looked like. And on the back side here, it's about a 2.5 inch opening. Inside diameter is probably about 2 1/4. Outside's 2.5. The box for Generation 1 for the overflow has, again, very nice holes. It's a 3-hole system, so you can run it with a full siphon, then a partial, and then an emergency. So the typical 3 setup, which is really nice for safety's sake. It's got really large drain pipes on it, which is great. The bulkheads come with it, which is excellent. And it had side view box acrylic. So basically on the sides of this unit you could see in. Well, the problem with that is that in certain tanks you can't always get to the side to see, and you either got to look from the top down or from the back into the tank. And if a snail or something does get through the grate, because we all know it does, or something gets in there that you want to get out, or you just want to look in and see how your siphon's doing, obviously with that really dark black acrylic it's really hard. So Generation 2, the exact same unit, the exact same measurements, but this time they smoked it out. I believe you can still get the black version if you are concerned about scatter light getting through the back of your tank and into the back of this and causing growth of algae or coralline or anything like that. So I believe they're making both, but Generation 1 is a completely black acrylic. Generation 2 is clear on the bottom and clear on the sides and smoked out on the part that goes to the tank and the part that goes to the back wall, which is really nice. So again, I'm just kind of showing you the comparison between the 2 boxes. Again, both ends you can see through and the bottom you can see through, but then everything else is smoked on Generation 2. We'll be using Generation 2 because, as you see, when we put the tank together in a couple weeks, it's going to be hard for us to get a good look at the back of the overflow at times, and having the ability to see through that will really help. Notice you can't even hardly see the hand like you could there in the other one. I do like this change. I think this is a change for better, and obviously as these things are starting to hit the market and get sold, they're working out their little idiosyncrasies with them. But this is something, folks, I really like. So what we're going to basically do is we're going to take the plumbing that we had in the Generation 1 box, and we're going to stick it into the Generation 2 Ghost Overflow box. And then we're going to basically start the plumbing in probably 3 or 4 days, and then we'll shoot another video of the plumbing of the tank too. There's a lot of things that have to go into this tank. I'm working on the cabinetry right now. I had to put up some stain on it and some high gloss polyurethane to make it the way I want it for the cabinet and stuff. The tank itself was pretty much all ready to go from Reef Savvy, which is good, but we've got a little bit of plumbing here on the back side to get done, and of course the tank is sitting 14 feet above the sump because we're in a basically 3-story farmhouse, and we want to have the tank in the middle level and the sump in the basement. So as you know from previous videos, we've ran a lot of the plumbing already, but there's a lot of hookup and a lot of water testing to go. So we're probably looking at least a month here before we're pumping water full force into this system. But again, we wanted to show you this right off the bat, kind of, just show you why we're going with the Generation 2 versus the Generation 1. I think with our tight space, the smoked glass, smoked acrylic will do us much better. And then, of course, like I said, the clear on the sides and the clear on the bottom helps too. Once we get these bulkheads on, and we will put them on tighter, snugger, and of course with the proper rubber O-rings in there eventually. But I just wanted to put it together for the sake of doing this video and kind of showing you the differences. So here it is. We'll get rid of that Generation 1 box. And then we'll bring over the grate, and we'll put the grate on it kind of like it would if it was in the tank. We'll just kind of set it in there. Again, the threaded nuts would go on the other side, but again, we'll just set it in there so you can get an idea. The glass would go in between these two, the glass of your tank, and that's what it would look like. Very thin profile, folks. Actually, I think the overflow box is only about 4 inches here. Let's grab the tape here and we'll take a quick measurement. Yeah, so it only sticks out, maybe 4 1/4 from the back of your tank, and I think it's about 6 inches deep again. Let's see here. Yeah, just shy of 6 inches deep. This will handle, from my calculations, it looks like about 3,400 to 3,500 gallons at a full siphon, and that's certainly running several inch PVC pipe, and in our case it'll be the Spa Flex pipe. But this is it. This is the Generation 2 Ghost Overflow. We appreciate you watching, folks. Continue to subscribe and watch us as we go through the process of building this great tank